This video we're going to talk about the group self-selection tool, and this is a tool that allows you to let students pick what group they want to be in. So it kind of makes it a little easier to set groups up. So to start with, if we go into participants and go to groups, I have 3 groups here with no members. So those are the ones that we're going to be using for this. Now, you can use groupings and have subgroups, so you can watch the video on managing groups and groupings. Both of those videos together will show you how to kind of do that if you want subgroups. But to add this, I have to have some blank groups to start with. I'm going to turn edit mode on. I'm going to go into an activity resource, group self-selection, and I'm going to name this something for the students so they can know what it is. I'll give them a description here. Please pick your group for paper 1 assignment, for group project 1, whatever. If I want start and end date, this is a good place. We'll enable that to let them pick starting at a set point and ending at a set point so they can not change the groups once the date has been reached. And if we're using groupings, we can pick that grouping here, but we're just going to use the groups that are in the course. We don't have any groupings set up. And minimum numbers per group and maximum. So I've got 3 groups. I've got enough students to populate 3 per group, and the maximum number of groups to participate in. So if you set this at greater than 1, a student can actually pick more than 1 group to be in. So typically we're going to leave this as 1. Participants can join groups. We obviously want them to be able to do that. Can they leave groups? That might not be one. Once you pick a group, you've got to stick with that group. If you leave this checked, as long as this date has not open until has not passed, they can leave a group and join a different group. So that means they can kind of shuffle around. That'll be up to you. I don't want participants to create groups, but you could start with no groups in the course or no groups within a grouping and let them create their own groups and their own group names. So the first student in can pick a name and join that group. And if you do that, they can set the name of their groups and they can edit the group descriptions there. So typically I don't do that, and I don't allow them to do that. They can also set a password, so only after the first person joins, other people has to have the password to join. That gets a little more complicated. Additionally, we can assign a supervisor role. This is very helpful if you have TAs in the class that are going to be managing those groups for, say, a forum or an assignment. I'm going to use that so that I can show you how that works, and I need to pick a supervisor role. In this case, I have 2 teachers in the class, so I'm going to pick teacher. And so anybody that's a teacher in the class, I can assign as a supervisor within the group. You could do this with non-editing teacher or any other role that you'd like. I can show those assigned. Hide full groups from the main view. So in other words, we have 3 groups that we're working with. If one of those gets full, this would allow it just to be taken off the list so the students can't see that. Do you want the group members to see who's already in the group before they join? You might want to hide those memberships so they don't know who they're joining with. And you can delete when the last participant leaves. In other words, if nobody picks, if I had more groups and nobody picked that group, it would take it out and delete that group. We're going to save and display. And so here are the 3 groups. Right now there are 0 people, 3 max, and there are no members. I can assign supervisors, and so I can come here and that's going to put those in there automatically. and I'm going to go as a student, and here I am as a student, and I'm going to go down and look for pick your groups. And so this student can now become a member of group A. Yes, I want to become a member of group A. So one person out of 3, and there's the student, and there's the supervisor because we automatically assigned those. If I come back here and reload this page, you now see that student is a member, 1 of 3, and those are available. So as more people join, this group could fill up, and that would no longer be an option. Since I have 2 teachers, one of the other teachers would be assigned to these groups, and it's going to just kind of pick those randomly. I can also go and edit or manage that group and change those manually if I would